All right, well, that's updating. Let's see if we can fix this turbo pack stuff. So that's back on build. Preview. And then if we go look at domains, you can delete this one. This is assigned to the development branch. We can get rid of this one. So that looks like it should be good. We're just gonna kick off another development deployment. And we're also gonna kick off a new production deployment. Well, let's watch this first. All right, we got a full turbo build there. What's this complaining about? Oh, okay, nothing important. And then let's rebuild a new. That should probably full turbo too. And let's do a switch rebuild over there in the meantime. Yeah, this should probably full turbo too. Yeah, full turbo. Okay. Now the question, oh, that's interesting. Why would we have an internal error? Let's look at the logs. That's not helpful. Cannot read properties of undefined role. Let's make sure that my branches are up to sync. Because we really want, right now, develop and main should be the same thing. Reset and clar. Okay. Let's just quit out of all this. And we'll check out development. Let's do a git pull. Git check out main. Git pull. And let's just git diff development. So we'll merge main into development. Or we'll rebase main, I guess. Is it dash dash I? So used to using graphite. Git rebase dash dash main. One dash. Aww. Chat, I'll be right back. I have to, thanks, Top. I'll be right back. I have to, make a call. I'll be right back. Okay. So that should be good. Let's see. I would expect to see that our deployment on develop is now broken as well with the same bug, because deployment or development should be the same as main. Yet we're getting this run summary, which is interesting because I would expect it shouldn't be. Why would we hit here but not on prod? So I'm confused, as normal. Classic Dylan being confused. I don't understand what's getting cached here that it thinks it's the same. Let's grab this. I'm going to say set current branch to equal main. Get reset hard origin main. Okay. Get reset hard main. Get push force. Everything is up to date.
Functions describe
Thank you
the
for
world.
the follow, calculator. What's interesting is I bet if I come in here and I change the, whoops, that's not what we want. If I come in here and I disable, we just make this build, bun build, and I go and I deploy develop now again. I think we end up in the same place as preview. So that still tells me that something is caching incorrectly with SvelteKit, or not SvelteKit, Turbo. Is that not what we want? Bun, run, build. Yeah, bun, run, build. Whoops. Bun, run. What up, Trim? How we doing? Let's try this again. Redeploy. Don't use the build cache. I mean, we can turn off repo or turbo for now if this works. Detected turbo. Should not turbo. Yeah, we're going with Veep. Isn't that what told me to run? Bun PM trust. Dun, 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 Alright, that should kick off another deploy. But I would expect this to be in a broken 500 state now. But it's not. So why would our production be in a broken state? The only thing that could be different is environment variables, and I think they're using the same things. This could also be on a bad cache. So let's do another, let's merge Git rebase on top of development. All right, so that should kick off a development. Okay, so that hits. That's good there. All right, let's see what our hooks are looking like. Do we still have everything commented out? No, everything's good there. Our hooks are good. What does our turbo repo file look like? Turbo JSON. That all looks good. Something tells me the inputs is wrong, possibly. We want keycaster. Forgot to turn that on. One second. Something like that. Yeah. Great. Okay, that works. All right. Is this the production? No, this is a preview environment. Production. All right, that's back up. So it feels like turbo must be broken. All right, whatever. We're not going to worry about turbo right now. Let's go ahead and walk through. Actually, let's make sure our data, let's get our data to a clean state. And then we're going to go through the whole onboarding flow. Let's get rid of you. We'll go nix our job queue data. And we can get rid of our activity events. Nix all that. Great. Okay, so now let's go ahead and recreate. Actually, we can do. I want to check a couple things quick before we jump in here. I want to see if we have our webhooks fired up correctly, or if I fixed. If I fixed the links on the payment page. So if we go and look at routes, authenticated, onboarding, payment card, we get the URLs here, and hopefully this is now an href instead of a yeah, it is. Cool. Okay, that's what we want. So let's run our dev server, bun run dev, not deb. And we're gonna go walk through our whole flow. Open that there, boom, get a load. We're gonna sign up. We do have a new monitor. Let me unlock this, blur my screen quick. Okay. Fill that in. That's good. And this is going to be foo bar, create account. Should kick me over there. Let's go get our onboarding. We can just verify email address from there and keep going forward. 5 years. blah. And now this will kick me into this. We want to upload our metrics. Upload that. Oh, that was weird. I wonder if there's something polling here. Let's give this a second and see if we have something polling. So my state got wiped out for a second there. That was weird. I wonder if that was the dev server doing something weird. If I refresh, I should come back to this page. Let's grab foo again. Okay, that was weird. Maybe it was just a... upload. Boom. Okay, great. This is too wide. Let's fix that. Let's go in here, and that is in our review card. Let's see what we probably have a max width on this thing somewhere. Width full, max width none. MX auto. Oh, we let it grow. We should probably fix that, but let's come in here and we'll say, can this be max width? I don't think that's gonna work. Will it? Actually it might have. That actually might have worked. I actually don't think that did work. Yeah, it actually didn't do anything. Yeah, it didn't do anything. So let's switch back to see how that looks. Yeah, we'll just do the same way. All right, so coach reviews in progress. So let's emulate the coach reviewing it, and we can come in here and we can just set update user to onboarding status payment where email is still in Mulroy. Yep, let's yeet that. That should refresh because this is polling. There we go. Let's say we want to pay the yearly fee. That should kick me to Stripe. Beautiful. Let's use the test card. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't care. Subscribe. This should kick me back over to... should kick me to the dashboard, actually. First try, chat. That's sick.
Functions describe
It's nice when things just
the
work, huh?
world.
Okay. That's sick. All right. A couple things that I know we need to fix up front. Let's go ahead and commit this. Fix styles. Fix review card styles. All right, that's cool there. And we want, I think logout's broken. I remember this happening last week. Yeah, our logout is not working for some reason, so I want to fix that because that's insanely annoying. Let's see what's happening here. Something's polling. Oh, I killed the dev server for one, so let's fix that. Alright, we should be back here. Yep. Alright, what happens when we click log out? Literally, okay, that wasn't helpful. Come in here, log out. Nothing. We get like this extra log out. Form submission canceled because the form is not connected. Excited 8 a.m. R10 is it's going to be a coaching platform for a financial advisor. All right, let's go figure out what the hell's happening with this logout form. That's going to be, where do we keep this? Authenticated. It's probably in main, layout, sidebar, breadcrumbs, children, app sidebar. Nav user. Yep, that's the component. All right, so in here, this is where logout is borked, I believe. Yeah, right here. Why is this not working? Is the real question. Because we should see authenticated logout page server. We should be able to hit this. All right, I'm doing something wrong with SvelteKit forms, so let's go look at the SvelteKit form docs quick. Form actions. Isn't that exactly what I have? Form method action. Why is this not working? Type is submit. That would submit the form to /logout. We get this. Anyone know Svelte? What's going on here? Form submission canceled because the form is not connected. What does that even mean? not sure why we would need to prevent the default, because the default should be fine, right? It seems like...
Functions
I
describe
bet
the world.
that the drop-down menu item under the covers has an on-click that is preventing default. I almost guarantee that's what's happening. Because if I get rid of this, right, and we go and log back in, right? Foobar, remember me, sign in. Yeah, that doesn't work. But the minute I add an on click, what happens if I get rid of these props? Probably fucks up the styling. It does. Which we should just bring our button in instead of this thing. And we can change this to a button. That's not the right component. Oh my god, the LSP. I guess it is. That's in Svelte 4. That's how we would do it, full stack. I'm guessing this worked. So we would do, this is gonna be variant, it's gonna be ghost. Not quite. So that is why it's applying styles. That's why we do it. So the drop-down menu item takes a snippet called child as a prop, I'm guessing. I don't know how this works off the top of my head, but I'm guessing if I change this, if we change this to be foo, does this still work? Yeah, it doesn't. So it needs a snippet called child, and it's gonna render that. And this is like the old school render props in React. You can basically funnel data from a child component up into the parent using this pattern. So then we spread. Actually, we could do something like this, right? Const updated. How can we do this? No, this isn't gonna work. So let's just, yeah, whatever. Screw it. We're just gonna spread props. In fact, we could what could we do here? Let's see what's spread, and then we can probably manually assign them. We look here. Spreads class, aria, tab index, ID. So let's come over here and just assign those manually. Is this strongly typed? No, it's not. Whatever. We'll say class is going to equal props.class And then we'll do ID is equal to props.id. Really, is this going to be upset? Because it's not typed. That's so annoying. Fine, whatever. We'll just one-click it. And we'll no op. And it's fine. And that should work. Yeah, there we go. All right,
Functions
that's fine for
describe
me.
the world.
All right. I want to go check Stripe quick. Let me load up the dashboard, make sure I don't dox anything. Yeah, this looks like we're in test, right? Yeah, okay, great. All right, so we're in test. And we should be getting these logged, and these should be acknowledged. Yep, that got acknowledged. Great. That's hitting our dev server. That's fine. One thing I think we should do is probably add rate limiting. We can probably, for now, so I suspect this will make the Stripe payments fail. So we can create another user, right? We have a script for this. If we go to the root of the repo, so up to, and then we do bun run scripts, or actually it's a pnpm script, right? Cat package JSON. Yeah, add user perspective client. And then we can pass a flag too. Bun run add user onboarding status payment. Yeah. That should spit us out an email and a password. Yep. So we can log in with Alvena Howell. And we'll grab our password, which is foobar. And we'll go ahead and sign in. This should redirect us to payment. Yeah. Now I'm curious if this is going to break once we check out here. Let me grab this email again. Yoink. I probably should not actually put that email in. We'll do, yeah, we'll just use my normal email. That's fine. Card. We'll use the Stripe test card. Zip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then subscribe. I'm guessing we get a failed webhook over here. We should see this pop up. Checkout session completed. Yeah, we 401'd. Now I'm curious if this hits our middleware. So to check that, let's go ahead and merge this into develop, because that's the endpoint it's hitting. What we do here, we get diff, get status. Yeah, we fixed that. Fix logout. Get push, force with lease, and let's check out development, and we want to reset hard main. That's fine. Get push, force with lease. All right, so let's start working on the develop branch to make this a little bit more clear what's going on. We want to go to our hooks, which are going to be here. And I'm curious if we see this at all. Because I would love for a way to be able to just... I wish I could add headers in Stripe. That would make my life so much easier. And then let's deploy that. Let's add some logging. We'll say hooks dot server. Always Cyprian. Always on that grind. All right, we'll do that. Add hooks dot server logging, and we'll push. That should kick off a development deploy, right? We should see that going. Yep. That's life, buddy. You know it. I like working though. I love writing code. This week's great too because we have a deployment freeze and it's the holidays, so I get like a ton of time to just crank out code and not fight fires. So I'm basically building out a bunch of stuff I've been wanting to get done for Vercel domains over the past like 2 months today. I'm like literally, it's gonna be like a freaking just 8 hours of freaking just ripping code today. I'm so excited. All right, is this built? All right, we're built. And the thing we wanted to check, right, was logs. And I want to see if we, are we filtered on the environment here? Okay, great. This is okay. I want request path. We can, that's gonna not. All right, let's just try issuing that, reissuing the, I would expect to see a 401 still. Yeah. But I'm curious if we hit the hooks there. If we hit the hooks, we might be doing okay. Otherwise, I have to think about, I might have to ask at work how they recommend doing this. Deployments, I want the logs for this one in particular. Yeah, so it never even hits. Because of deployment protection. I wonder if this lets me do a route. R10 dev.vercel.app/API/webhooks/Stripe. Not found. Yeah, that's what I thought. I really want trusted IPs. Man, it's so annoying that I can't intercept that in any way. Like, what could I do? I could, like, proxy through another project. I could set it up an endpoint and fly, but I don't want to do any of that. I guess we just turn this off. I don't know what this option is. Protect only pre-production deployments. So does that cause it to work? 401 still. How do we want to handle this? This is going to be really annoying. Okay, we should just do this. Okay, we're going to need to add IP address based rate limiting. There might be a package we can just grab for this for Svelte, or even from Cindersaurus. So let's just turn this off. And then we're going to, let's just cut an issue. So I have a ticket. And we'll do, we got that, that's done. We do need to do that, but let's do, let's just add rate limiting. Create issue. And we'll grab that. And we'll do this. Okay. And now let's go and figure out how SvelteKit does this. SvelteKit rate limit. If there's a good off-the-shelf solution here. SvelteKit rate limiter. All right, Upstash we're probably gonna have to use. All right, so this looks like how we're gonna want to do it. All right, this is what we're gonna want to use. This looks good. Do we need up stash though is the question. Oh, they're not even using. Okay, yeah. So SvelteKit does this thing where it shares state between requests. I think that's how this is working. I don't know how that actually works though under the covers. Because it talks about like I don't remember where they talk about this. Form actions. They talk about not putting state in this section because it'll be shared. Loading data. Am I crazy? Okay, avoid shared state on the server. If you're used to building client-only apps, blah, 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 avoid shared state on the server. Browsers are stateful, state, blah, blah. Servers are stateless. Yeah, that's fine. Conceptually, that is, yep. Is this true even in a serverless environment? I think we are going to still have to use Upstash. There's probably... All right, let's just install this and get it wired up. From working directory, zfront, and we'll do bun add u. Why is it installing for dev? Uses an in-memory cache, TTL cache, but can be swapped for something else. Same for limiters. Okay, great. That's what we do want to do. All right, so we have that, and let's just go in here and we'll go to lib and we'll do rate limit .ts. Save that. Go in here. Close this, and we're going to import rate limiter from SvelteKit rate limiter. And really we want to we want that retry after. Yeah, retry after rate limiter. Retry after rate. I don't know why I'm not getting autocomplete. Has no exported member. Slash server. Yeah, okay. Slash server. Okay, and then we'll do const limiter is equal to new retry after rate limiter. We're gonna have to set up Upstash. I already feel it in my bones. What are you doing?
I'm grabbing my laptop.
What?
I was hoping I wasn't seen. I look rough.
You can specify the rates as an array to handle multiple rates per hour. You make one request a second and up to 100 per hour. I mean, I think that seems reasonable, right? No one should be doing anything really more than that. Is Spotify borked? No, looks like it's working. Can someone try requesting a Spotify song? Has anyone seen that work this morning? Use mstatic private. So this is saying that we're limiting an IP address to 10 requests an hour, an IP and a user agent to 5 per minute. For 4 consecutive requests from the same source within 1 minute. Hit, 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 hit. We hit a limit. The cookie's deleted. I see. Alright, I don't really care about the cookie limit at the moment. Really, we just need an IP. Maybe we should do cookie. Use mstatic private. What is mstatic private? Environment variables. Wait, what? Oh my god, what is this song? How does this work? Oh, I see. That's how it brings in environment variables. Ah, I see. Did not realize that that was a thing. Okay, I am skipping this song. I am so sorry. No. All right. So we're going to IP. We're going to say, hold on, let's go back to the docs here and get this right so we don't have to come back to this. I actually wrote my own version of that mstatic private thing. So we'll say, I think that default we saw down below is pretty good, right? Yeah. So we'll come in here and we'll say a given IP address can make 1 request per second, or it can make up to 100. In fact, let's do like 250 per hour. That might even not be enough. Let's just say 10 a second. And then we'll say over the course of an hour, we'll say global limiter. Yeah, let's not. Or we can put in some same default here. And we'll do the same for cookie, right? So we'll come in here and cookie will be, how do we set this up? Name is going to be limiter. We'll say global. Global limit. Global rate limit, whatever, screw it. And then we'll say the secret for now is just going to be foobar, right? We'll set this in an environment variable then, but we'll do that for now. And the rate is going to be the same as above. Okay, then I should be able to wire up like a store, right? Yeah, rate limiter store. And this takes some interface. Yeah, so let's, I guess, add upstash here. It's annoying. I mean, we could just use Postgres. What would be the best way to do this? Morning, Faye. Merry Christmas, Ender. Actually, forget about the cookie. I don't care. We're gonna get rid of that, and then we need to. Do we really want to add upstash? This is super annoying. All right, fine. I mean, we could use edge config too. Maybe edge config. Thank you, VR Mecha. Appreciate you. We probably shouldn't use edge config for this, huh? Yeah, we probably don't want this actually. So let's, we're just gonna use upstash. It's gonna be annoying, but it's gonna be fine. All right, the connections, where are my connections at? Projects, delete, remove project connection. Yeah, settings, now I can delete this. Yoink you, Command C, paste you in there, delete this, and we're just gonna use we'll just use upstash, and we'll use upstash for Redis, except select primary region. We'll put in US West. Same thing with can I just use the same region, please? All right. Upstash. We'll just say Command R10. We'll say R10 upstash. In fact, we'll even, yeah, we'll just say this. Create that. Okay. Vercel link. Vercel link. Scope is going to be R10. Vercel, who am I? Okay, that looks good. Vercel link. Front. What do you mean not found? Because it's not found. LOL. Created dot Vercel, added it. Cool. Vercel and pool. Okay. All right, I'm gonna blur my screen chat while I get these environment variables set up correctly. Okay, that all looks good. Can I have no longer funny? dir env dot envarc source dot m dot local. Why? There we go. Yep. That's fine. Blah, blah, blah. Source env. great. So we go into our .env_rc, and then we'll do source env, and that gets .env.local, right quit all, dir env allow, echo. That didn't work. I don't think that worked. Dir env source env var. Source env. Is that a real command or is this thing hallucinating? Dir env source env. It looks like a real thing. All right, it doesn't take a string, it looks like. .env_rc, and we have our .env local, right quit all, dir env allow, loading .env.loco. So we should see I don't see that though. Oh, because they're exports. I don't want exports. That's why. We're back in Chicago. I feel it. Let's see here. Let's go back to our last one here. Dir env .env_rc, export all env vars from .env.local. No, I don't want .env. Don't use .env. Yeah, we'll do that. Great. Let's see if that works. Sleeping in. Yeah, there we go, chat. Little bash script got us going. All right. We've got our environment variables in, so now we can use upstash. So let's go back to back over here. And that's connected there. We'll yoink you. So let's go into, I guess we can, now we have Redis, we can share that across both. So let's make a package for that. In fact, we can just put that in DB, right? Let's go in here and we'll grab in here, we'll do Redis. I guess we'll just do like upstash, do that, and then in here we'll do redis.ts, and then we'll basically grab this, right? I don't love that. I'm afraid that's going to be my actual secrets here. Let me blur this quick. Yeah, I don't love that. And my stomach kind of hurts. Paste that in, got that. We're gonna need to install that down here. So let's go ahead, bun add. We want to install at upstash/redis. Great, we got that. And then we'll say export const redis is equal to new redis. And we'll come in here and we're gonna get a URL, and we probably have a I should really make a prelude package. Because we have in, what is this? I mean, I guess we can do the same thing here, right? We can clean that up at another time. DB source upstash in here, paste that. This will be, the variables we get are what? KV URL. So let's change this. We don't need stripe. We do this. And we'll say KV URL. And then we'll do, the other one we need is KV URL. And we want, was it token? Yeah. Which will be REST API token. So yoink that again, and we'll come in here and we'll say URL will become, we'll do a little backslashy, get that, and then we'll get an underscore, and we'll say, or actually we don't even need that, KV REST API token. And then down here we can say token, and that will be KV. All right, that should just work, knock on wood. And now we can get that in front. And if we go to our rate limiter again, lib rate limiter, our store, theoretically we should just be able to pass it Redis. If we import Redis from at r10/db/ this is going to be what we call it, upstash/redis. We have to go update our exports in here, and NeoVim just froze. No, it didn't. There we go. Exports, drizzle, this is going to be upstash. Do that. We need a comma. Back over here, we should see that now. Redis is missing the following properties. All right, there's a interface called rate limiter store, add and clear. Okay, so let's go ahead and make that then. We'll say const Redis rate limit store is going to equal this, and we'll say as const, and this is going to have add. Let's give this a as const satisfies. Just say that for a second. I forget what this type is. Rate limit store. Yanking word, quit out of there. And we need to import that. Great. Over here, this is going to have add. We get a hash and a TTL. So is this async? Yeah. And we'll go ahead and do return. What's it return? A number. So we'll do redis dot set key value. In fact, we can just use a upstash Redis commands. I mean, I guess since upstash Redis from env, I guess we can just use this, huh? We don't really need that package. All right, I guess we can just use that even. I think it still is technically useful to do this. So technically, I don't know why they wouldn't put this in the docs though, right? Like you can do equals redis dot from env. Like that's so nice. And then we can go back over to front, and maybe we don't need this extra package then, right? So let's install cache result first, intermediate for. Ah, I see what's happening here. All right, we're just gonna use the library we have, and then we'll do it ourselves. That's more complicated than I want to get into. Redis commands. I want just like a set. I forget what the command is at for that though. Commands. We want set. Can I search by data structures? Community edition. Commands. Filter by group. Set. sadd. Great. Can sadd take a TTL? Set a key to hold the string value. S add. I mean, I guess we can just use. All right, whatever. We'll just do that. We'll do set that. The key will be the hash. Value will just be true. And the TTL will be that. Honestly, we can just do the hash and the hash trace, right? Let's bring that back in. Whoops. Why can't I import that? Rate limit. Rate limit store. There we go. And set x takes key TTL value. Can we just do that? Yeah. And then it needs a clear. It doesn't take a key. Guess we could use an HM map. HMap, HM set. Where's the custom store? Yeah, right here. Creating a custom limiter, blah, blah, blah. Custom hash function, don't care. Retry after, good. The store uses in here. That's similar to what we want. So I guess the real question comes down to is like, how do we want to clear the cache? I think I want to do like an HM set and then just like use a prefix, right? My hash field basically be HM set and it would be the prefix of like rate limit, and then the field would be the hash provided from the SvelteKit rate limiter. Do we get, can we expire an HM? Surely we have to, right? No. Set an expiration on one
Functions
or more fields of a
describe
given hash
the
key.
world.
Yeah, okay, this is what we want. Hex expire. Hash expire. You can clear the TTL by using the hpersist command. Sure. Let's go look at these again, and we want, if there's anything else that might be useful here. Expire. I wish I could do this in one go. Delete. HM set, HM get, hash get, key field. Examples: hset my hash, hget my hash field 1. And what's the difference between HM get? I don't understand. Let's see if we can get a quick answer from ChatGPT. We'll do mini. Difference between hget and hmget in Redis. Damn, I'm out of coffee. That's disappointing. From hash data structures, however they serve slightly different. Yeah, overview, blah, blah, blah. Example hash, user 1000. Cool. Hget key field. Hget user 1000. Okay. The value of a single field from a hash. HMget values associated with multiple fields. Okay. So it's operating on the same structure. Can hset set a TTL? What up, Nightshade? What about H expire? But weren't we just looking at the fact that this had an H expire? Try key. Yeah, that's what I thought. So say current redis.hget, and we'll do our prefix, right? So this will be rate limit. And then we'll do that, and we'll throw in an interpolated hash, right? Or no. That's not what we do. This probably takes 2 arguments, right? Yeah, it'll be rate limit. Change around that to that, and then this will be the hash. Yeah, and we'll await that. And then we'll say, we'll basically copy if current rate does not equal undefined, we'll return. Why do we do a double get there? Otherwise, we come in here and we say const retry after date.now plus the time to live, and we're going to return the retry after, but we're going to go ahead and do redis.hset, and we're going to set it in rate limit, and we're going to set the hash, or I think, what is the order of operations here? Key string. This will be hash to retry after. And then we have to await that. And then we have to do await redis.hExpire. Whoa, what? H set NX. I guess we can just expire. Can I just issue a raw command here? Redis.io. This is annoying. Available since 7.4.0. Oh, that's so annoying that I don't have access to that. mset nx. What does mset nx do? Sets the given keys to the respective values will not perform any operations at all if the key, yeah, that's not what we want. Why is this so difficult? Expire a H set in Redis with upstash with a TTL. TTL applies to the entire key, not the individual field. Okay, so we can't do that apparently. So we're gonna have to do some date logic here ourselves, which is annoying because we can't set a TTL on. What is the other way we could do this? Can we create a prefixed upstash store potentially? Like, in here, if we do new Redis, we just like go back to what we had earlier, right? Can we do like a prefix? What options do we have here? Cache, signal, latency. Can I identify this in any way? I mean, we can make multiple stores. We might be overcomplicating this. So we're not using Redis for anything else right now. So like, do we really care about the prefix? Maybe not. That will be a problem we'll have to solve later, I guess. So, all right, rather than H set, we're going to do, this will be just set X. And this is going to change, this will be, what's the arguments to this? We get a key, which our key will be This sucks. When does it call clear? Does clear get... Let's just say we come in here, right? And we have this like prefixed hash. We'll come in here and we'll just do this. And this will be the hash. And then this gets the TTL. And we get the value, which will be the retry after. That's giving... Okay, and clear. I wonder when they call clear. That's the thing that I don't understand, is how and why clear is being used. I'm supposed to be working on my code right now, but I have zero motivation. Best way to get motivated? Work on things that excite you. And if it's your actual day job, you gotta just buckle down and do it. Try to make it exciting. Try using new techniques or patterns if it's old boring like enterprise stuff. Generally, I'd say, yeah, if you're doing your own stuff, work on stuff that excites you. Otherwise, do your best to keep it interesting. Let me check my calendar, make sure I don't have anything. So we're gonna probably go a little bit longer today. Yeah. Great. I want to get this rate limiter built. Let's see here. Cool. Call order. Custom clearing the limits. Clearing all rate limits can be the rate limiter object. So we just don't. I hate that I just like can't. That's why the upstash thing was nice. They were doing a bunch of this under the covers for us. That's why. You know what? I know how to. This is such a hacky solution, but this will work. We can basically shard, because everything has TTLs. We can shard our keys. We'll just say shard ID, and we'll start at 0. And every time we clear, all we're going to do is increment our shard ID, right? Because everything we put in, we know has a TTL. So if we'll come in here and we'll just do shard ID, and we'll plus that. This is such a good idea. And then this is going to be our shard ID. Chat, we are so smart. So such a good idea. This will be shard ID. Tell me that's not a good idea. And now we can put in our hash, right? And then we also have to prefix with our shard ID down here. So the way this works, this is such a good idea. I'm so happy we came to this solution. So what happens here is when we add rate limit entries to Redis, we put it under the key that's prefixed rate limit and the current shard ID, and then the hash. then we set it, and in order to clear, so we don't re-request the same thing, we just increment the shard ID, so when the same hash comes in again, we're on a different shard, and then the old ones will expire out because they all have TTLs. Brilliant. And then we don't need multiple, we can reduce our cost to upstash because now we only have 2 commands rather than having to do like 3 or 4. That's so smart. I'm very pleased with this solution. Global rate limiter. Okay, so now we can come in here. Basically, clear is just supposed to clear all rate limits. And if I ever come in and use Redis for other caching, like my idea was I would like to clear all keys that have the prefix rate limit, but I can't do that with Redis without using a hash map. But I can't set TTLs on hash map fields. So like the structure I was thinking in Redis would be a hash map where the hash name is called rate limit, and then the fields would be the hashes, which the hashes map to like a unique user or IP address or whatever, right? But I can't set expirations on individual fields inside of a Redis hash. So then I couldn't just like when I call clear, I couldn't just clear everything prefixed with rate limit. I would just clear my entire Redis cache, which like I don't want to do when I just want to clear the rate limit. So the way we get around this is we have this extra like this is shard's not even a great name. It's more like nonce, right? We have a nonce, and when we increment the nonce, when new IP addresses come in, the nonce will be different. So we're not getting, it's effectively the same thing as clearing because it's like invalidating the old key. Oh, yeah. Yep. Sorry, I have my chat over here, so it's harder for me to see nowadays. Yeah, it's a good idea. Okay, I'm happy with that. Can I go back to that implementation? Start cache, TTL, retry after. All right. Sweet. Yeah, great. Then in our hooks, we want to come in here, wrong hooks, and we want to put our rate limiter in here. And the real reason we need all of this is because I'm turning off deployment protections on Vercel. Here we go. We want to get global rate limiter dot check, and we'll get input dot event await, and we'll grab the status. Goes that. You can go up here, do this.
Speaks the gospel of the camel. I speak the gospel of the dunes.
Our event status.
The sand is in my veins. Come ride a camel with me.
We can
today.
skip the rate limiting for that endpoint. We'll do that differently at some point. Yeah, we'll do that different at some point. We'll basically whitelist Stripe's IP address. And we'll come in here and we'll return fail. And the status is 429. And the message is going to be, is that message next? Data associated, sure. You are being rate limited. You're being rate limited. Please try after status.retry after. And that's like, I think that's in milliseconds, right? Or that's in seconds. Sure. Seconds. And then can I set headers here? Oh, we've resolved response. Oh, we can just use a response. Okay, use the platform. In fact, I'm just gonna copy and paste that because that's exactly what I want. Why can't I get my Nix shell? Is this Ronnie Radka? This sounds like Ronnie Radka. Nope. All right, bun run dev. All right. So now we should be able to come over back to our local host. Hopefully this is just working. Nope. Cannot determine client address. Is that still happening? No. All right. So we should see if we go to our Upstash store now, open an Upstash, and we go look at data browser. We don't have anything. Oh, no, it should be hitting, right? Because it's set. Yeah, this code's not public. Do you ever ask? Yeah, I asked ChatGPT. Oh, we got some reads. Data browser. Still nothing. I would expect to see that hash in there, right? We're at least not hitting that weird problem. But I would expect us to be setting the key, right? Global rate limiter check event. Global rate. Do I have to do something else here? Clear is limited. Cookie limiter. Am I doing something wrong? Well, we could make the request limit really low to test if this is working right. And just to triple check. Nothing in here. Do we ever even see this add function? Console.log here. We do see that get in there. I guess we'll just log hash TTL and current rate. All right, so we see these. Current rate is null. Oh, does this... That's why it's not setting. So we're down. Why is that happening? Failed to server responded with a status of 429. Something tells me we have this incorrect. So if the current rate does not equal now, this is in, okay. Some of these are in milliseconds. We're screwing up our timing here because date.now is milliseconds since the Unix epoch, but I think this time to live, like we have TTL there. We have 1,000. That should also be milliseconds. No. That's per hour. So 1,000, I guess, what is that? Is that really the TTL? Yeah, no. I think the docs might be, the docs are a little unclear about adding your own store. Because this is in milliseconds, right? This has to be in milliseconds. I wonder if I change this to like, is this the thing that's driving that? No, it's not. Where is that TTL coming from? Yeah, sorry, Fullbringer. Okay, I'm playing my own song to wrap this up. We're listening to this. Is that really the current rate? Because current rate gets set to, that's when we want to try. What happens if I do this? Let's just say 10 per second. And we'll just set the nonce to something random. The TTL just never changes. All right, I'm gonna have to dig into the source code here to see on how that's getting called, right? So let's just go to rate limiter. All right, we only have dist, that's fine. Server. We get our store. Where does rate? All right, here we go. Retry after rate limiter 2 seconds. We add the result.hash with the result TTL. And we come here, we get is limited, which is going to come off a parent class. See here, I wonder if we got something wonky cached over here. Can I evict this? Delete key. Evict key. Delete key. This dot plugins, blank -1 dot rate. What is this structure? This structure is confusing the hell out of me. Rate in milliseconds. So the rate that comes out is seconds. And then when we restore, we set the TTL, which is in milliseconds. All right, so what's happening is we're saying we're getting 10 per second, right? We're saying there's 10 requests per second. Like if I bump that up, 1,000 requests per second, we run this. What's happening is we set this, the hash, the TTL, the retry after. The current rate. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I'm following. And then we, in our hooks, that's server, we check the event. This is gonna give us a thing that has the retry after, yeah, which is already translated to seconds. The thing that's confusing me is that it should be, I want a console.log. Let's just limit status, or log, I mean. Nothing in there yet. We hit a refresh here. It's limited. Retry after 0, which is crazy behavior that is limited. It's a minute ago. So how is that coming out as limited? I really just don't understand how it's... This is so confusing. And what we log up here, the rate, plugin.rate. We pull the rate off there. Okay. And then I want to do, we'll just do like another one and we'll just add hash and current rate. And then down here we'll do it again and we'll add status. All right, I have no idea. Let's see what this gives us. I have no idea what we're going to see here. Let's go clear out Redis though. So let's clear this key. And then we do a refresh on here. We see 1,000, 1,000. We set I'm not sure why we got here, actually. Yo, V0 is awesome. Yeah, I love V0. Current rate. So does this match? So we hit here. We hit here. So unlimited. Current rate. We add rate 1, and rate was... Rate came from, what was that? Hold on, let me get rid of this thing here. We saw that 1,000, 1,000. So I would assume if we go back over to this here, like let's change this to like, I don't know, 500. Or let's change this to 25 requests a second. And we come down here, clear out Redis, delete you.
Functions describe the world.
And we go ahead and refresh localhost. Thank you for the follow, Snipes. What up, Street Codes? Okay, yeah, we see this 25, 1,000. All right, that's starting to make more sense. Okay, so we get the add function gets called. It really shouldn't though, right? Because like we shouldn't be. The data flow here is confusing. We see our ID, this : 1. we hash, we get the current rate, and we see the current rate. Do we see that even in our logs? Is limited hash and current rate. Yeah, right there. I wonder if that's the... And the rate at 0. The rate at 0 is... Hold up. It's 25. That's not a timestamp. Rate at 0. Current rate needs to be a rate 1. Current rate. So we increment. The value is not retry after. The docs are wrong. They have a bug in their code. Because this should actually be... hold on, chat. I think I know how to fix this. I got to wrap up here soon to start my actual day job, but I have an idea on how to fix this. So this value should not actually be retry after. Our TTL we should be doing current rate plus 1. Plus current rate. It's a constant. Sure. I could have taken a holiday today, but I didn't want to. Because I have a bunch of stuff I want to get done that I don't want to be distracted by fires at work. So, okay, here we get our retry after, right? So we have a TTL. I think this is what we want. Because every time we hit this, we'll get the number out. If it does not equal null, we return. If it does equal null, this logic is so wrong, right? Because, okay, we get our current rate out. Set. Hold on, I need to look at the freaking code side by side. And we're gonna go to this one, and we can close that. So when we get the current rate out, this.store.add. So the rate here, we get that ID, blah, blah, blah. We hash, we get the current rate. We say, oh, we're calling add. All right, let's just think about this. So you're gonna add. We come in here, add hash rate. That's the time to live. This will be yeah. We get the current rate. And then we look at, I don't even think we need to, we just always need to increment. Right? And I think Redis has a command for this. It's like inc. Does this return? All right. So given that command here, so if the current rate what happens if you call it increment on a key that is set to 0 before performing the operation? Okay, sure, yeah. We can do that. Then we always get a current rate out. Like, this will never be null, right? This will always be a number. And we get the number. I think we just return that. I guess we have to set the expire on that. So that goes to 2 commands, but that's probably okay, right? We'll say const key is equal to this. Yoinking that, that's the key. Changing that, that'll be key. And then we can do a await redis.ttl. No, that expire key and seconds. We'll do key, and that'll be TTL. And then we just return the current rate. Right? So now we come back over here. We add the rate. We increment. Rate 0 is going to be this value right here. This is the rate we're looking at. So rate 0. And like, let's make sure that, well, yeah, that actually might fix things. Are we running the server right now? All right, let's go ahead and clear Redis again. We have this random ass key, delete you, delete, yep. And now let's go ahead and restart our dev server to make sure we don't have anything cached. Reset. Did we really just get rate limited again? How did we set the current rate to the timestamp? How did that happen? Did we not save everything? We did not. All right, so current rate. And that should refresh like that. The TTL should drop off, right? Like we should see, what is that expires in 16 minutes or 1,000 seconds. Oh, it's because it's being set. Yeah. We want to do p expire. I'm being a silly goose. This needs to be p expire. P expire. And now we should see, do we have a second key over here now? Yeah, look at that. Now we come here. And that, by the time we come back over here, we should see this expired. Excellent. And the best thing is, we don't even need to put this rate limit on everything, right? Like we can be pretty strategic about, let's rename this instead of global. Let's just name this rate limiter, right? And then we'll come over back to our hooks. Man, their docs are just wildly wrong for that. And their example is just really bad. Alright, we got that. Let's go ahead and... This is clever, this nonce thing. I do think the nonce is clever. Back to our hooks. And in here, we don't need to rate limit everything, right? We can come in here and we can do... We can do a per route thing, right? We'll delete this. Actually, let's just comment that out for now. And we'll do const route limits, right? Route or rate limited routes. And this will just be a map of, in fact, this can just be a set, honestly. In fact, we'll do an array because a small array is faster than a set. So we'll say const rate limited routes is going to equal an array, and we'll just come in here and we'll say it's going to be slash sign up and log in. Maybe we do want the global rate limiter, actually, now that I think about it, because, yeah, probably do. I'm probably gonna need, I want to probably end up standing up we could run Redis ourselves on Fly.io. In fact, we could even just do an in-memory cache and co-locate Alright, whatever. We'll do the way I wanted to before. Const rate limited routes is going to equal an array, and we'll come in here and it's going to be, I want to see what the endpoint is, console.log event, because I don't really care about a bunch of this stuff should be cached. We can work on our caching too. We want to rate limit that route. So we should see that hit over here. Route ID is login. Yep. Rate limited route IDs. Let's call it that. And it will be slash login. We also want it to be slash sign up. And then we'll come in here and we'll say function rate limit. And we'll make this probably has to be async function rate limit. And this will take our event. And we'll come in here. What is the type of the event? Yeah, whatever. Oh, I have that typed already. So that's an event. And we'll come in here and we'll yoink you. Throw that in here. And then we want rate limiter. We get that status. And then down here, we really want to say if rate limit route IDs dot includes event dot route dot ID, then we do this. And in here, string or null. Sure. Okay. And then we only return something if it's rate limited, right? Can I throw this? Like if I throw a response, what respond with that response? Like if I do function test function, and we come in here and I just do like throw new response, and we'll say this is going to be a 2 or 1, and we'll just return message, I don't know, LOL. And then we do test. What are you upset about? Oh, that's a, right. Status will be 201. And this is going to be, okay. Okay, so we don't want to do that. Do we return fail? Creates an action failure, return error, throws an HTTP error. That's what we want. So we'll return error, and this is going to take a status number. It'd be nice if I could just frickin' I want to set headers on this thing. Turn new HTTP.
Speaks the gospel of the camel. I speak the gospel of the dunes. The sand is in my veins. Come ride a camel with me today.
All right, whatever. So if we come down here and then we do const limit response equals await rate limit. We pass in the event, and then we just say if limit response does not equal undefined. We will return limit response. There we go. Okay, that seems good to me. And let's go ahead. We probably want to rate limit our upload route too. There's one other route we absolutely do need to protect now that I think about it. It's going to be in authenticated onboarding metrics. This one right here. This needs rate limited. That's going to be slash authenticated slash onboarding metrics. Okay, let's go ahead and commit this. And we'll say git commit, add rate limiting. And then we can come over here and we'll just do a quick PR. Let me make sure I didn't accidentally commit environment variables. Great, did not. Very good. I will merge this PR. Squash and merge, verb squash and merge. So that will deploy to develop. And we should probably merge that up into main too to get that protected. New pull request, and we want to go into main from development, create pull request, dev to main, create pull request, and we'll squash and merge that. All right, now everything should be rate limited. Okay, cool. So actually, let's set this like really low so we get it updated, because we shouldn't be hitting this in dev. Cool, that looks good. All right, chat, let's find somebody to raid. I came up with a really clever solution for namespacing keys by using a shard or a nonce key. Pretty stoked with how that came out. All right, we'll raid Prime. All right, chat, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out.